Hey guys, do you use props in your yoga practices? Because it is commonly known that if you were to use props, then it means you're not a real yogi or you're not really practicing yoga. But I'd like to break this belief because it is not true. It's true that depending on which school of yoga you come from, some use props, some use no props at all. But if you were to look at Iyengar, for example, they really recommend us to use props. In my experience, I have seen that props are useful for some students to make them more aware of their bodies, as well as helping them to deepen their ability to get into a pose. One limit that I do want to cover with you though is don't get too comfortable with using your props, because we get to a point where yes, they are useful and they're beneficial and they're helping us, but we rapidly shift to the point where we don't need them anymore. So if you stay attached to your props, it might limit you rather than help you. So become aware that at one point you will be able to detach yourself from the prop, and ultimately they're here to help you and not assist you along your yoga journey forever. All right? So bear this in mind, you can use props. Today we will be describing how you can use your props in order to deepen your ability to go into low squats, as well as showing you another exercise that you can practice with someone in order to work more onto this. So welcome again, Ariana, for this. Thank you so much for being here. And what you can already do is just get into your low squat. So take a moment, bring the feet parallel. Big toes and heels together. Step aside with your heels and follow up with your toes. Good, so this is approximately the distance of your hips. And in your own time, if you can face beautiful sideways in order for them to see, feel free to lower yourself into your low squat. Good, so already what she's doing is a good one, a good adjustment. Hands forward, which balances the weight and doesn't allow the hips to bring you back. But what we want to show in this particular pose is relax the hands and see if you can press your hips down, even if that means lifting your heels. So you can, yes. Okay, beautiful. Wow, those knees are opening. You can use your blocks, place your blocks underneath your heels so you can apply weight onto the heels and relax the hips down and find a more of a flatter back rather than releasing the weight forward. How does this feel adjustment-wise?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, good. If this is too much for you, you can already also use something lighter and less strong, like a blanket that you can roll and just place under your heels. Because as you progress through this pose, you will open more and more the space behind your ankles and therefore be able to reach down. Another thing that I would recommend to practice this, so if I were not to have blocks, is go as far down as your heels with your heels as you can. Keep the knees facing forward and shift the front of your body, the weight of the upper body down. So hands down as much as you can, hips down. So low squats, but keeping all of the upper body released forward. Yeah? And this way, hips down as much as you can. More. Yes. And this way, you're also working with gravity, allowing the gravity to slowly take you down. And since you're not bringing all of the weight back and you're shifting the weight of the body forward, you can stay there in a lot of time. Okay, and your own time coming back up. I want to show you now an exercise that you can do with someone. So you're just going to give me your hands and we can grab a hold like this, so it's just a little better. And you're going to find the straight angles in your knee and sit back, keeping your back as flat as you can. Okay, as straight as you can. So in your own time, going into your low squat, I have you. Me, I'm here because it allows her to shift the weight back and slowly get into it with the support of someone counterbalancing the weight forward. Good. Once a little bit lower with the heels. Good. And on your way up, inhale up slowly and flat back. We go one more time and release. The more you do this, the more you see that we create space also in the hamstrings as well as in the back of your ankles. Really good job, really good job. And knees are keep on facing forward, beautiful, and up. Nice, amazing, thank you so much. This is how you can practice to create space in the back of your leg and slowly be able to find your low squat pose, which to me we should all be able to do this pose. In terms of the mobility and the flexibility that it requires, we should be able to do it. So work towards that because it's primordial. Okay, thank you for tuning in today. We're happy to have had you, and we'll see you in the next video. Ilo and Ariana from Playful Speed.